Hi, everyone. My name is Meg,
And I'm Marie.
and together we are Mission Possible. We are two sisters with one weight loss goal and no turning back. And we are documenting our journey on the OPTAVIA 5-in-1 program. We're actually also both coaches for this program now because we've had such success and seen how it works for us. And we want to help others along on their journey as well. So if you're interested in looking for a coach, you can check us out at coach.optavia.com/Meg or coach/.optavia.com/Marie and find our journeys and before and after pictures and sign-ups and all of that stuff there. So
It's also down in the description notes for this video. If you happen to miss that, you can come back and check us out later.
yeah. All right, so we're going to get started on sharing our month 9 progress video. We do this every month to capture our progress, share any struggles that we've had, celebrate our milestones. And so this month, Marie is going to get us started, and I am going to share our presentation. We're very official here on our channel.
Except for all the emojis that I have around my screen. I was having a little trouble with my camera this month and managed to get it turned on, but only with a lot of happy emojis. So I figured I must need a lot of positive energy to surround me today.
All right, so let's start with your pictures.
So special
awesome.
surprise today, dug out the old outfit from month 1 from our initial start of the program and got some photos in the exact same outfit. I have concluded that this is not a flattering outfit. I think I've stated something to that effect every month, but now even being in the after picture, I'm like, it still doesn't look great.
So have you donated these clothes?
I am not, because I am holding on to them for this type of before and after shot. So no, I have not donated. I'm going to hold on to them as mementos of my progress.
Well, that's great. I think you can obviously see a difference. I mean, and you're just standing up straighter. You present as being more confident in yourself. I mean, your calves, your thighs, your stomach, your neckline, your jawline. I mean, it's all transformed.
Well, thank you. And this is about 3 sizes down.
That's amazing. Well, let's take a look at your up close and personal photo.
Yes, so last month we launched our Gram site, and so this was one of our posts. I thought I'd put this on here because I was very excited to see, well, to share with everybody that I got my new plates in the mail for OPTAVIA Pride. Yeah, so this photo here was from our Instagram post at MmmPossible. You can also find us with hashtag OPTAVIA Sisters. And this is just demonstrating my OPTAVIA pride here. And you can kind of see a little difference, I think, especially in the chin area between these two pictures.
Yeah, and if you see Marie driving around the streets of Virginia, just honk if you're an OPTAVIAN.
That's right.
All right, give us the stats.
All right, so as you can see here, I had a tough month. Up 5 pounds this month. This has been my biggest gain since I started the program. I'm still have lost a total of 26.6 pounds, still something to be happy about. And inches lost this month. Fortunately, even with a 5 pound gain, I didn't gain anything around my waist. So that's a win. Total for my waist circumference lost to date has been 5.5 inches. So I am still very happy with that. But let me explain a little bit about what happened this month if you want to go into my BAM.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 26 pounds is about 68 sticks of dynamite.
It's a lot of dynamite, baby.
Yeah. So I just lost my rhythm this month. I just, kind of got out of my routine, my normal patterns of eating, and just, it just kind of went on a different journey this month. I was not on my weight loss journey this month. But I recognized that I needed to kind of get back my focus. And one of the ways that I like to refocus when I know that I'm off track is to listen to other people's success stories. So just like you and I hope that we're inspiring others to stay on this journey and continue their weight loss successes. Maybe somebody might be listening to this right now who's like, I'm kind of stuck and I need to hear somebody else's success story. So like that, I like to listen to get inspired. So I started to listen to an audiobook called A Funeral for My Fat by Sherry Samuels. And I like the title. It attracted me. And actually I saw there's like a t-shirt that says, like a workout shirt that says, I wear black when I work out. It's a funeral for my fat.
Oh, I love that.
So that was kind of fun. But anyhow, one of the things that I wanted to share with you all today, because as a milestone, was just one of the things that she talks about in this book is that if you are feeling stuck or at a plateau, or just like not at a point where you can't like budge in your journey, because she did have lots of ups and downs over a multi-year process of losing well over 100 pounds. I can't remember exactly how much she lost, but it was a ton. And she talks about like the way that she was able to get back was to examine her effort. And that looks like, look at your exercise, look at your food, your focus, your organization. Are you resting? And what time are you dedicating to this effort? And so like that, she pretty much says that if you're feeling like you're stuck, you probably are off track on at least one of these areas. So when I looked at that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing okay on exercise. Food is definitely, was definitely not a strength this month, but I think largely it goes back to my focus. I just hadn't been dedicating the same amount of time and energy and focus, and even organization, like writing and journaling, and kind of keeping track of my food, or tracking my my fuelings. And so I think with that, it just kind of gave me an idea of like where I need to pay more attention to get back on track. So I'm working on these areas now. So it's something that I'm continuing to work on, but I really liked that effort, and it's something that I could remember and say, okay, what's going on? What do I need to do differently in each of these areas to move forward?
That's really cool. Did you finish the book?
I did, yes.
Um,
And
and
I also signed up with her. I found her on Instagram and started following her.
oh, good. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like when they hit a bump in the road are quick to say like, well, just this program just isn't working for me anymore. And the reality is like the program works.
It
It's a
does.
matter of if you are implementing it consistently, and dutifully, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your like takeaways when you looked at those different vectors? And
Yeah, I think definitely the food, I had veered away from the real balance that OPTAVIA has between the carbs and protein and fat. Going for more of a low carb, I had definitely increased my carb intake and kind of veered way off with that. So I was definitely eating more carbs than I should have. Exercise, I would say that I've continued to exercise, but that has been an area that I need to be more consistent in terms of regularity. So I still exercise a couple times a week, but I need to be more like consistent about, okay, I exercise 5 times a week for this amount of time, and like get on a set schedule so that it's more consistent, and I can expect more consistent results. And I think that's one of the things that she talks about as well, is like you really do have to drive for that consistency to be able to have, even what OPTAVIA calls as predictable transformation. You've got to put in the consistency to be able to achieve that predictable transformation. And so one of the things I know we've talked about before is the miracle morning. So like trying to get back my miracle morning routine, looking at what made me successful in the past. And when I started, I had a very kind of scripted morning routine that I was doing that included exercise. And I'm working my way back towards that. I'm not there yet, but I have been getting up at an earlier time and incorporating the exercise. I just haven't been doing it on a daily basis. So I'm working towards it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the good thing about those types of habits is you actually feel better when you do them. So they sort of reinforce themselves rather than being like a 100% like effort.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely happier when I had my miracle morning. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I know I'll feel better when I get myself back into that routine.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to month 10 and how you've implemented some of these learnings.
Let's hear about you.
All right. Here I am.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
9 months. So instead of growing a baby, you've lost a baby in these 9 months.
Yeah, more than a baby.
It's more like a 2-year-old. Wasn't it more like a 2-year-old? Isn't it?
I don't
What
even
did it
know.
say?
Adolescent.
3-year-old, 4-year-old?
Yeah. I am down 4.5 sizes over this period, and
Wow.
the half size is when you go from plus size to regular size. So the numerical size is still the same, but the category of sizes is different. So I counted that as a half size.
Yep. Looking good.
And those photos represent a 5-pound loss from last month and a total of 74.6 pounds cumulatively.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm really getting excited for the additional momentum. In terms of what that equals, I am so happy to say I've lost an emperor penguin.
So yeah, so it wasn't a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. It was an emperor penguin.
Yeah.
Does that mean you have happy feet?
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, I have happy feet, happy everything. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. And it's starting to feel a little surreal because this is really the most weight that I've been able to lose and had good momentum and like haven't just totally thrown in the towel and given up.
Yeah, your consistency has been spectacular every month. And if you think about 9 months, 75 pounds, that's, nearly 10 pounds a month.
Yeah. There have been some really solid months in there. It was definitely higher when I first started and has kind of leveled off, not leveled off, but like has been a little bit more consistent losses in the new year. And I kind of talk about that in my band for this month, which we'll get to. But in terms of the inches lost, so I've lost almost 75 pounds. I'm just rounding there.
Yep.
And then I lost 1 more inch off of my waist circumference. And this stat to me is insane. The 10.25 inches off of my waist over the course of 9 months. I mean, it's different.
That is impressive.
Yeah, hopefully. And I just naturally kind of carry a lot of my excess weight around my middle. So I think there's still, strides to make there in terms of Dr. Ray's, target waist circumference. He talks about that in the Habits of Health. I think for women, it's like under 35 or under 33.
31.5.
31.5 for women.
31.5.
Okay. Yeah. So I've got some work to do still. So I'm going to be using waist circumference as an indicator of overall health for me. So let me get to my BAM here because
Dory.
Yeah. Dory, yeah.
We've got all kinds of children's movies referenced here today.
Exactly. We're bringing it all together with the emojis.
Yes.
So the barrier I had was like most of the month, I really didn't lose anything. It was like all in the last week I had any sort of progress.
Really?
So I think it was because in month 8, I lost like 10 pounds that month. And it was more than I had lost up until then. It was, yeah, just a higher weight loss than I was accustomed to. And I think my body was kind of adjusting to that. And so it just felt like I didn't make much progress at all most of the month. And I think it's just, I'm getting closer to my goal weight and it's getting harder to lose those incremental pounds. Also, I am traveling, so that creates some inconsistency in my environment and what kind of food I can have on hand. Whether or not I have access to a refrigerator if I'm in the car or on a plane, can I have liquids, just
Mm-hmm.
different things like that that create some instability. But like you said, consistency is really important. I know I love reading success stories. It like gives me
Yeah.
life. Um, when I was on Weight Watchers, I used to like look at their success stories all the time. And one of the things I noticed in those success stories was that the people who had tried over and over and over again to lose weight and then like finally were able to kind of break through and, mentally sort of hone in on that goal, they just said, I decided I wasn't going to give up. And I think that's the no turning back in our little
Right.
slogan is, even if you have a month where you gain 2 or 5 pounds, knowing that, you're still on this journey, you're still trying, and you're not just going to throw up your hands and say, oh, well, I'll
Right.
never be as thin as I want, so I might as well eat. Like that's just kind of a giving up sort of attitude. Um, so the reason I mentioned my waist circumference was, I went to the doctor for a physical recently, and she was talking to me about my goal weight, and I kind of told her I don't really know what my goal weight should be. I've never been at a healthy weight as an adult, and so it's really hard for me to say, oh, I want to get back to my high school weight or back to my
Right.
college weight. Like I'm lower now than I was in either of those time frames in my life. So, what was really encouraging from her was she said that she could make an argument that I was at a healthy weight right now, even though it's
Yes.
not within the like target BMI range. So I was like, what? Can I get that on a recording? Can we like put that in writing somewhere? This is the first time I've ever heard that in my life, which was really encouraging. But I do think like rather than weight, I do want to look at that waist circumference as an indicator of health because
Mm-hmm.
weight that you carry around your middle is more, of a concern for health reasons. And just knowing that that's where I tend to store fat anyway, it is more of a focus area for me. So I'm going to focus on that waist circumference going forward as honing in on my goal more so than the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of excited about that, just to have a different measurement.
Yeah. So what do you think? Will that change your strategy in terms of your focus since you've been more focused on the number on the scale versus your waist?
I'm getting very close to introducing more intense exercise. So up until now, I've just been walking. Like that's really my only form of consistent exercise is getting out and going for a brisk walk. And it might be, 2 or 3 miles a day that I do, maybe, 45 minutes of walking. And that's really been it. And I feel like I'm ready to do more. I have more energy.
I
I
bet.
want to kind of work on building my muscle and toning. And a lot of times when you start a workout program like that, they tell you, you might actually gain a little bit of weight at first, but just keep with it. Your body composition is going to change, your metabolism will change. So I think that's what is kind of on the horizon for me.
That's
in
really
terms of
exciting.
strategy, because I think that will naturally sort of result in some like toning and redistribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just to go back to what you were saying before about the consistency piece, I mean, you have just been such an inspiration to me. This journey, I have seen you in the past embark on weight loss journeys, and this time has been different. It's been longer lasting. You've maintained this momentum. I know where you say you lost momentum, but you lost 5 pounds this month. I mean, that is that's huge. That is still a great success. I know it's hard when you're comparing it to other months when you've lost 15 pounds, but 5 pounds in a month there are so many listeners out there right now who are like, I would just die to have like 5 pounds in a month. So I just want to say that you have become one of the success stories that you used to listen to, and it's just so beautiful.
That's
So
still hard for me to connect with that reality, but I really appreciate that because it means a lot.
So to wrap us up, because the Zoom call says we only have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Whoa, how did this happen?
Well, we lost a big goose egg together.
We lost and gained exactly the same amount. So we are still at a total of 101.2. So thank you for compensating for my gain. So that means
that's what being a team is all about.
It is. It is. I appreciate that. So we have still lost a 2-month-old horse and a guinea pig together.
We're collecting a zoo, really. The horse, the guinea pig, the
emperor penguin,
and the dynamite. Not to be used at the same time.
No. Well, thank you all for being with us and hearing about our 9-month journey. We hope that you too, if you're not already on this OPTAVIA weight loss and transformational journey, that you will take this as your mission to join us on this weight loss journey. You can sign up for our videos by clicking on the subscribe link that should be here towards the middle of the screen. We also have several videos for each month, as well as some other tips and tricks. So we hope you'll check those out and send us any comments or suggestions for future videos or things you'd like to hear about. So until next time.